quite as easily as that. But don't let the other guys get home. And Shaquille, when he's caught the ball outside of the paint, has been relatively ineffective. Inside the paint, he has just been devastating, picking up tons of fouls on the Utah post defenders.
And in recognition of this look inside the game, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund.
And our congratulations to Shaquille for being named first-team All-NBA center for the first time in his brilliant 6-year career. The other winners during that span were always Akeem Olajuwon and David Robinson going back and forth with #1 center.
Kobe Bryant on the floor for the Lakers as Russell goes right by Kobe and lays it in. Welcome back, Kobe.
Well, it's time for the small lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers to get into the game. Van Exel, Jones, and Bryant are all out there. They're going to have to carry the scoring with O'Neal on the bench.
Van Exel to Campbell, who misses the jam. Malone with a board. Despite Karl Malone not scoring in this quarter, the Jazz have just had a chance. They will at the free throw line to take their biggest lead of the game.
He hasn't scored this entire quarter?
The quarter.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Well, they're killing the Lakers. They're up by 11, and they're in total control, and Karl is only being the defensive rebounder and igniting the fast break.
But remember, in Game 3, Karl Malone, John Stockton were both on the bench when they built the lead against Shaquille O'Neal, who was out on the floor. O'Neal on the bench right now.
Ostertag has 6 points. This is the first free throw. And tomorrow an NBA Memorial Day special beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern with NBA Showtime. Then Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals as Reggie Miller, who hit the big shots yesterday, takes on Michael and the Bulls. And if necessary on Tuesday, this series will continue in prime time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. As of now, it doesn't look very likely.
Well, we certainly hope that Reggie Miller's ankle is going to be fine. Hate to see series affected like that.
Kobe Bryant given a wide open look at a 3. Well, that's a 2. Had his foot on the line, I guess. Had a toe on the line.
Finally, some good ball movement, some effective perimeter shooting. We talked about the rebounding. Karl has 12 rebounds. Shaq only has 3 today. It's all of them in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Bryant rebounds the Ostertag miss. Lakers want to pump up the tempo if they can. Just over 5 minutes left in the third. They trail by 10.
They got to get that attitude that they can't be stopped on the offensive end. A big effort by Eldon Campbell. That's the best move that he has made. He has yet to score a field goal, but gets a foul against Ostertag.
Number 2 on Ostertag.
Del Harris was telling us yesterday about the frustrations of coaching Eldon Campbell and how do you put this guy into the rotation? I mean, they've tried him so many different ways to fit in with Shaq, but really he only becomes an effective player when Shaq is not in the game.
Playoff scoring by Eldon at an all-time low. And Adele telling us he plays much better as a 5, as a center, than he does at a power forward spot, with or without Shaq.
So it makes it very difficult for Del Harris. You know, with Robert Horry not playing brilliant basketball this series, but with the alternatives being Eldon Campbell, Corey Blunt, and Mario Bennett, that's not a choice that Del Harris is willing to make.
Isley penetrates, finds the open man, Russell. Long range 2, Brian Russell with 8 points.
Russell come alive here in the quarter, 6 in the quarter, the leading scorer in the quarter for the Utah Jazz, but it's that same kind of inefficiency defending the pick and roll that's got the Lakers in trouble. Campbell trying to force it.
Did force it. Ostertag blocked it. Eddie Jones double pumps and draws the foul.
This has been Brian Russell's quarter, though, Steve. And here's a guy who moved to San Bernardino, a suburb of Los Angeles, when he was 10 years old, went to neighboring Long Beach State here, was the center on that team, played the middle of a 2-3 zone, and now has just developed into an outstanding small forward.
That foul was the second on Karl Malone.
Eddie Jones. When the team wins, Eddie Jones is just absolutely spectacular. Probably because of him being spectacular, they're winning. But when they lose, the numbers just are not there.
He has 11 today.
Nice pass, Karl.
Ostertag made the fake. Kobe bid on it, and Ostertag from Malone with now 9 points.
What they have done against the Laker trap is center the ball very quickly. The defense doesn't react quick enough. You've got people standing right at the basket like Ostertag for an easy 2.
That type of play, though, it just doesn't work anymore against Utah.
Van Exel to Campbell, nicely done. Van Exel penetrated, drew the defense, and found Campbell for the jam.
You always say you don't want an opponent to hang around. That's what the Lakers are doing right now, trying to make a little surge with 3:39 to go. But back to Russell against Bryant.
Blocked. And the crowd gets fired up over that.
Elden Campbell's out of the play. His shoe is untied in the back court. Isley takes a foul.
Now, Kobe Bryant has been, he's been posterized a few times with some post moves, but this one is going to be sent back. A real good reaction against a pretty lively Brian Russell. O'Neal coming back in the game. Huge gamble here by Del Harris, but I think Del Harris thinks if I'm going to make a push, it's right now.
And he's got a little momentum now, and I think he wants to capitalize on it. The Lakers within 8, just over 3 minutes left in the third.
Gamble. The house is about to fall off the cliff.
Van Exel to Shaq.
The mudslides are coming, Steve. This is not a gamble.
It is, because if O'Neal picks up another foul, the slides have hit.
Well, what are the Lakers going to try to win this series in 9 games or what?
I think that was your prediction.
Malone with his first basket of the quarter from Isley.
But the one thing the Jazz have been able to do, keep this crowd out of this ballgame. Look at that, dominating the paint. And that area belongs to the Utah Jazz and not Shaquille O'Neal.
Pick and roll of Van Exel and O'Neal, and Isley knocks Van Exel down. Howard Isley picks up his 4th foul.
Karl Malone has just been everywhere. Setting the screen and then the roll. The Lakers just cannot deal with any of the Jazz offensive executions. Karl Malone just too good.
Or this Western Conference showdown has come down to the game's most dominant figures. Shaq is doing his part to keep the Lakers alive, but he continues to scream for help. He knows that on the other side, Karl Malone is not about to let up. 18 first-half points ignited the Jazz. His outward emotion offers the Lakers no hope. Time is running out. It's do or die for L.A. 2:28 left, third quarter. The Jazz up 10 on the Lakers.
It would do the Lakers a ton of good to see this lead at the end of the quarter down to the 4 to 6 point range. They would know that they're making some progress. This unit that's out on the floor being cohesive. They haven't had that. Del Harris has had that same frustrated look and conversation with the officials the entire ballgame.
Would help to make a free throw.
A continuing Laker problem, you're right.